If you're like me and this rolling dumpster of death took you way too long to beat, let me help you out. It's RivTech, and in this video I'm going to show you how to defeat the Smart Cleaner in Armored Core 6. This guide isn't build dependent, but it helps to have a weapon with a high stagger probability. I personally use a double shotgun build, and if you're curious to see what that looked like, I'll show you at the end of the video. So starting off the fight, the first thing you're going to want to do is immediately go airborne because the Smart Cleaner is going to charge at you. Depending on what type of weapon systems you have, you can hit the top part of the cleaner as soon as you cross over. We're going to focus on that center square in between the arms. As you can see right here, that laser cannon shot did a hefty chunk of stagger damage. For this fight, we're going to focus on staying mid to long range. This strategy allows us to avoid the AoE blast attacks, charge attacks, and then sweeping arm attacks like you see right there. You can also attack that cauldron at the top, but the middle part is the weak spot. If you see right here, I'm just patient until the arms open, and then I hit it with my laser and stagger, and then the songbirds to follow up. You can use whichever you prefer, but I personally like to use a cannon or some form of horizontal projectile. I tried this with the vertical launchers and it didn't work as well. As with all bosses, once we get into that stagger phase, the goal is to punish, do as much damage as we can. As you can see, I'm already building that stagger bar back up, and this is why we don't stay close. We stay at mid-range, because once you get too close, this happens. If you get caught in this attack loop, which happens, don't panic, just go and dash away using your L3 dash or try to float over the top. What you don't want to do is stay close and keep engaging, because you will lose that fight because those arms do a ton of damage. As you can see, we're already almost halfway through that health bar and we're just constantly attacking that weak spot. What I don't do is overcommit. As you see right there, I went over the top and I wait for my opportunity. We'll have plenty of time to hit that spot again. I know if I get closer, I'm going to get hit, and then I'm going to take an unnecessary amount of damage. The cleaner has pretty poor stagger recovery, so that allows you to reload and get those attacks off without that stagger meter decreasing too much. And as you see right here, we just keep up that punishment. It'll go into its second phase where it starts going crazy, swinging around, shooting stuff into the air. Just make sure that you're not floating directly over the top, because you will get hit by those projectiles. And then for the rest of the fight, we're just going to go and keep up that same pace. As you can see, I get too close right here, and then I get hit. We're just trying to keep that distance away. Out of respect for your time, I'm going to fast forward the video because a lot of it is just maintaining that pattern of keeping distance, attacking that center point. But there is something else that I wanted to point out. During the second half of the fight, when you see the cleaner raise its arms, you're going to have to clear the distance because it will do multiple AoE flame attacks, and you don't want to be anywhere near that. It does a high amount of damage. But we use this as an opportunity to hit it with our stagger weapons, our shoulder fire weapons, in order to attack that weak spot. As you can see, I did a ton of damage to it from right there. You can also use that time to heal or do a manual reload if you need to. But you can see right here, we're just continuing this pattern, keeping that distance and attacking. I look to escape, I clear out, I do that dash, and you'll see me make a mistake coming up right here. I try to get in another attack because I see the stagger bar going down, and I don't jump in time, and then I get hit. That's why we can't allow those arms to hit. It did 6,000 AP damage to me. I go and I attack the top of the cauldron. I'm trying to get a couple of hits in as I transition, because as you can see now, that stagger bar starts to deplete a little bit faster. But right there, boom, we hit it with that charge attack and those songbirds, and then we go and we increase that stagger. We're working that bar. We're not getting greedy. If I would have got greedy right there, I probably would have lost the fight. I'm constantly backing up, keeping that distance, get that stagger, punish, and we're going to finish the fight right here. I guarantee you that regardless of your build, if you follow the strategies and stay patient and calm, you will absolutely destroy the Smart Cleaner. If you're curious to see my build, then stick around. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, I'd ask that you please consider subscribing. Subscribing is absolutely free to do. Let's go over the build. Alright, so like I said, I went with a double shotgun build, and as you can see here, I'm in early game, so I'm using the Haldeman shotguns because they are the only ones that I have available. There are better ones that you can use later on, but that's what I use. I use the laser cannon, the VP60 LCS, and then I use the songbirds. Those are those heavy damage shoulder fired rockets, or grenades I mean. And then I use the Melander helmet, the orbiter for the chest piece, and then I use the Mind Alpha arms, and then the Tian Kang legs. Those are really good for orbiting. And then also I use the Burzel boosters, and then there's my FCS. And then as you can see right here is my generator. Again, builds are totally your preference. This is just what I used. I'm not going to gatekeep any sort of build. And lastly, remember, I've been RYZEN, and if there's a boss, I'll help you defeat it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.